Hi everyone, welcome back to the SAM Biology classes online. I am Salim. Today we are going to discuss another important theory of evolution, that is theory of natural selection, and it is also called Darwinism. So this is the second theory of evolution. Okay, in the last lecture I told you the first theory of evolution, Lamarckian theory, whereas the theory of natural selection, it is a second important theory of evolution. So it also explains about the mechanism of evolution. And this theory of natural selection was proposed by Charles Robert Darwin. Famously is known as Charles Darwin. So Charles Darwin, full form Charles Robert Darwin, proposed the theory of natural selection. And Darwin, he is a English naturalist and grandson of Erasmus Darwin. Okay, so he is a British naturalist and the grandson of Erasmus Darwin, and he was born on February 12, 1809. 1809 ಫೆಬ್ರವರಿ 12ರಂದು ಚಾರ್ಲ್ಸ್ ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್ ಅವರು ಜನ್ಮವನ್ನು ತಾಳುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಥವಾ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲಿಸ್ಟ್. ದೆನ್ the most important event in the Darwin's life is he spent 5 years of voyage around the earth in a ship called HMS Beagle. Okay, so ಇವರು ಸಮುದ್ರ ಒಂದು ಪಯಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾರೆ 5 ವರ್ಷದವರೆಗೆ ಇನ್ ದ ಇಯರ್ 1831 to 36. So 5 years of his life he spent on a ship. The name of that ship is HMS Beagle. ಸೊ HMS Beagle, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಶಿಪ್, ಒಂದು ಹಡಗಿನ ಹೆಸರು. ಈ ಒಂದು ಹಡಗಿನಲ್ಲಿ 5 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಅವರು ಸಮುದ್ರ ಪ್ರಯಾಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾರೆ, ಈ ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಸುತ್ತವನ್ನು ಸುತ್ತುತ್ತಾರೆ. ದ ಇಯರ್, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದ ಇಯರ್ 1831 to 1836, 5 years. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಶಿಪ್, ಓಕೆ, he carried one important book along with him. ಓಕೆ, ತನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಒಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕವನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಹೆಸರು An Essay on Population. An Essay on Population. So it is a title of the book, and this book actually it is written by T.R. Malthus. So T.R. Malthus is the author of this book, and this book has influenced the Darwin a lot. ಸೊ ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಯೋಚನೆಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರಭಾವವನ್ನು ಬೀರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಿಸ್ ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬುಕ್, ಆನ್ ಎಸೆ ಆನ್ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್, ರಿಟನ್ ಬೈ T.R. Malthus. And Darwin is influenced by another one thing, that is finches of Galapagos Islands. Finches means these are the small black colored birds which are found in ಗ್ಯಾಲಾಪೇಗಸ್ ಐಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಗ್ಯಾಲಾಪೇಗಸ್ ಐಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣದಾದಂಥ ಕಪ್ಪು ಬಣ್ಣದ ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳು ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಆ ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನಂತೀವಿ, ಫಿಂಚಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಫಿಂಚಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ಯಾಲಾಪೇಗಸ್ ಐಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕವರ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್, ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್ ಫಿಂಚಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ಯಾಲಾಪೇಗಸ್ ಐಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಯು ನೋ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್. Okay, so these two things influenced Darwin for the development of theory of natural selection. ಸೊ ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್ನ ಥಿಯರಿ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರಭಾವವನ್ನು ಬೀರುವಂಥ 2 ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅಂಶಗಳು. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಹಾಗೂ ಈ ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳು. ಎಲ್ಲಿರ್ತವೆ ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳು? ಗ್ಯಾಲಾಪೇಗಸ್ ಐಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೌ ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಯು ಅನದರ್ ಒನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಬೈ ನೇಮ್ ಆಲ್ಫ್ರೆಡ್ Russell Wallace. Alfred Russell Wallace, he is also a naturalist. He also read the book An Essay on Population written by the T.R. Malthus. ಇವನು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕವನ್ನು ಓದುತ್ತಾನೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್. and both Darwin and Alfred Russell, they came to a same conclusion. ಓಕೆ, ಇಬ್ಬರು ಒಂದೇ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ಲೇಡ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ರೋಲ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಈ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾರು? ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಲ್ಫ್ರೆಡ್ ರಸೆಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್. ಬೋತ್ these naturalists came to the same conclusion. So this is very important. So many people remember the name of Darwin, but Alfred Russel Wallace is also a very important person who came to the same conclusion as the Darwin. So you have to remember this person also. Okay, and Darwin wrote down his theory of natural selection in his book. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್ ಒಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕವನ್ನು ಬರೀತಾನೆ. ಆ ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಹೆಸರು ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ದ ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಟೈಟಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಒರಿಜಿನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಬೈ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಪ್ರಿಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೇವರ್ಡ್ ರೇಸಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರಗಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಲೈಫ್. Okay, so it is the title of the book written by the Darwin. Okay, so it is a very famous book in the upcoming class. So in the next ಮುಂದೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. Okay, so we'll discuss later. Okay, you have to remember the title of this book. Okay, written by the Charles Darwin. Okay, and in this book Darwin has written his evolutionary ideas. ತನ್ನ ಎವಲ್ಯೂಷನರಿ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್, ಜೀವ ವಿಕಾಸದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತನ್ನ ಯೋಚನೆಗಳನ್ನು, ತನ್ನ ಚಿಂತನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಎವಲ್ಯೂಷನರಿ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್ ಆರ್ known as Darwinism. It is also called theory of natural selection. In examination they can ask you the question, so write a note on Darwinism or explain the theory of natural selection. Both are same. Okay, so these ideas are contributed by Darwin, hence it is called Darwinism, and this theory is popularly known as theory of natural selection. Okay, and in this theory Darwin explains about the mechanism of evolution. ಜೀವ ವಿಕಾಸದ ಒಂದು ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. Therefore Darwin is popularly known as father of evolution. Okay, so he developed this theory and he became popularized, and nowadays he is known as the father of evolution. So Charles Robert Darwin is the father of evolution. Okay, so this is the just introductory part of the theory of natural selection. Now let us study the important principles or postulates of the theory of natural selection. Okay, now you can see that postulates of Darwinism or theory of natural selection. Okay, I told you that the theory of natural selection, it was proposed by Charles Darwin, and this theory was published in the year 1859. Okay, so this is very important for many competitive exams. This question is asked. Darwin proposed his theory of natural selection in the year 1859. 1859 ಈ ಥಿಯರಿಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. And this theory has 7 postulates. Okay, so this theory has 7 postulates. Out of 7 postulates, 3 are observations. So 3 observations idave made by Darwin, and 4 conclusions are included in these 7 postulates. Okay, so 7 postulates ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 observations ಇದೆ, 4 conclusions idave. Now let us know what are these observations and conclusion. Okay, the 3 observations made by Darwin are: number 1, the universal occurrence of variation. The first important observation is the universal occurrence of variation. Second one, overproduction. Overproduction is the second important observation. Then third one, stability of populations. Stability of population. So these 3 are the observations made by Darwin. Okay, then there are 4 conclusions. So Darwin has given his 4 conclusions. Number 1, struggle for existence. Then survival of fittest. Third conclusion, inheritance of useful variation. Inheritance of useful variation. Then fourth conclusion is origin of species by natural selection. Okay, So these are the 7 postulates, and out of 7, 3 are observation and 4 are conclusion. Now we will discuss one by one. In this video I am going to explain only the 3 observations made by the Darwin, and the conclusions are uploaded in the next video. Okay, now let us study the first observation, the universal occurrence of variation. Okay, first of all, what is variation? Okay, variation ಅಂದರೇನು? So it is a difference in characters between the individuals of a common descent. Okay, for example, you know that common descent ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Descent means, say for example, in your family, so there is a grandfather, father, grandson. Okay, ಅಜ್ಜ, ತಂದೆ, ಮೊಮ್ಮಗ ಇದಾನಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಫಾದರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದೇನು? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾದರ್? ಫಾದರ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಡಿಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಾದರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಡಿಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಾದರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಡಿಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಾದರ್, ಫಾದರ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಡಿಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಾದರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಜ್ಜನ ಮಗ ತಂದೆ, ತಂದೆಯ ಮಗ ಮೊಮ್ಮಗ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎ ಡಿಸೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಡಿಸೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಾಟ್ ಡಿಸೆಂಟ್, ಸಾರಿ, ಡಿಸೆಂಟ್. Okay, so the descent, if you compare, they show some differences in character. Okay, so ಇನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ I will give one more example. Just compare, if you are a boy, compare your face with your father, and if you are a girl, compare your face with your mother. Okay, just imagine. So you can see that the boy is not 100% similar to father. Okay, similarly the girl is not 100% similar to her mother. Okay, there are some differences are there. So these differences are nothing but the variation. Okay, so ನೀವು ಬಾಯ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ತಂದೆಗೆ ಮುಖ ನೀವು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, 100% ಸೇಮ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಮಗಳು ಕೂಡ ತನ್ನ ತಾಯಿಗೆ 100% ಸೇಮ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಸಿಮಿಲಾರಿಟೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್, ಬಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದೇರ್. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ? ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್. ಸೊ ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್ ಸೇಸ್ ದಟ್ ನೋ 2 members ಆಫ್ ಎ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಆರ್ ಎನಿ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಲೈಕ್. 2 ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್, ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ನ 2 ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸಗಳು, ಭಿನ್ನತೆಗಳು ಇರ್ತವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಚಾರ್ಲ್ಸ್ ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್. Okay, so the difference in characters between the individuals of a common descent is nothing but the variation. Okay, so variation ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಅಂತ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Then there are 2 types of variation. Number 1, useful variation. Another one is harmful variation. Okay, so variation means change. So useful variation ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? You know that. Okay, so these variations provide advantages. So they are useful for the possessor. So ಈ ಒಂದು ಭಿನ್ನತೆಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಜೀವಿಗೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜಸ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನಕಾರಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜಸ್ ಟು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಪೊಸೆಸರ್. ಸಚ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ changes are called useful variations. Okay, and for example, okay, imagine a mountain. So the mountain is brown color. Okay, and imagine there are 2 types of rabbits are moving. One is having brown body, another one is having white body. Okay, we know that tiger is usually a predator for these 2. So now imagine a brown mountain. So and that mountain has 2 rabbits. One is brown color rabbit, another one is black color rabbit. So which is more easily detectable? Okay, so the black color rabbit is more easily detectable for the predator ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಬೇಗ ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ. But the brown bodied rabbit is very difficult to identify because it is having the color similar to the mountain, therefore it goes very difficult for the tiger. ಸೊ ಟೈಗರ್ಗೆ ಭಾಳ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಬಾಡಿ ಕಲರ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದು ಸೊ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಅದು ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ದೇರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಬಾಡಿ rabbit survival chances are more. Hence in this case brown body color in a brown mountain, on a brown mountain, so it is a useful variation ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, I hope you got this point. Okay, the changes that provide advantages to the possessor are called useful variation. Now, harmful variation, as the name suggests, these changes are harmful. They cause damage and even may cause elimination anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. Okay, so the changes that cause damage and that are harmful to its possessor and may cause its elimination. For example, imagine a plant which is having deficiency of chlorophyll pigment. Okay, a plant which is having deficiency of chlorophyll pigment. We know that chlorophyll pigment is very important for the photosynthesis. So if the plant is deficient ಅಂದ್ರೆ absent ಇರುತ್ತೆ chlorophyll pigment ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, it cannot produce the food, therefore the plant will die due to the lack of chlorophyll. So in this case, absence of chlorophyll is a harmful variation. Okay, so harmful variation, they cause damage and may cause the elimination. ಆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಕ್ಲೋರೋಫಿಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫುಡ್ ತಯಾರಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಫುಡ್ ತಯಾರಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, so this is about the first important postulate, that is variation. And variations are universal ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. Universal means it occur in almost all the living organisms. Okay, now coming to the second important observation, overproduction. What is the meaning of overproduction? It is a tendency of all the living organism to produce multiply rapidly anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. Okay, so we know that every organism has the capacity to produce maximum number of the offsprings. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ತನ್ನ ಮೂಲಕ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಜನ್ಮವನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ದೇ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮೈಸ್ ದೇರ್ ರೇಸ್. Okay, so this tendency or this capacity of living organism to multiply rapidly is called overproduction. Okay, so it is also called rapid multiplication. Okay, in some books rapid multiplication anta kottidare. This postulate, both are same, rapid multiplication or overproduction. And as I told you, every organism produces maximum number of offsprings possible by it. ಸೊ ತನ್ನ ಮೂಲಕ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಜನ್ಮವನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಓವರ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್, ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ರ್ಯಾಪಿಡ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್. Now let us see some of the examples for overproduction. Okay, I have given 3 examples. See the first example, Atlantic coast oyster. Okay, oysters, you know that these are the molluscans. So this molluscan oyster which is found in Atlantic coastal areas, it produces 80 million eggs per season. You can see the number, 1 million is equal to 10 lakh. So this oyster, it produces 80 million eggs per season. So you can imagine the number, so much high number of eggs are produced. Therefore, it is not production, it is overproduction. So there is another one example, salmon. So salmon fish, it produces 28 million eggs per season. See, the oyster produces 80 million eggs per season, whereas the salmon also produces 28 million eggs per season. So you can imagine the number, so much high number of offsprings are produced. And even we know that elephant, you know that most important animal, elephant. So what is the speciality of elephant? You know that it is the slowest growing animal. So it is the slowest growing animal and it has pregnancy of 2 years. Okay, and imagine if the elephant is living for 800 years. This is generally not possible. Imagine, Darwin says that imagine a elephant and having the lifespan of 800 years. In the absence of natural checks, in the absence of any natural checks, natural factors or calamities, it produces 29 million descents at the end of 800 years. See, the Darwin says that. So only single elephant, if it is survived for 800 years, in the absence of natural checks, it produces 29 million descents. Okay, so this is the overproduction observed by the Darwin. Okay, so in exam you can quote any 2 examples, but you remember all the 3, these are very important. Okay, then coming to the third observation, that is stability of population, or you can make the point stable population. Stable population ಅಂತನೂ ಬರೀಬಹುದು ನೀವು ಹೆಡಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ಜಿಯೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಕಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಜಿಯೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಅನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಫುಡ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ದ ಅರ್ಥಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಯು. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ನೋ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ 1 2 3 4 5 6. See, this is called arithmetic growth. Okay, if you take 1 2 4 8 16 32 64, so this is referred as this type of growth is called geometric growth. Okay, so you can see the increase. So here there is a +1 increase is there, but here almost double. 1 into 2, 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16. Okay, like this this type of growth is called this type of growth is called geometric growth anta karitivi, and this type of growth is called arithmetic growth. According to Darwin, the food increases arithmetically, whereas the population increases geometrically. Even though this type of phenomenon is existed in the nature, but still the size of population remains stable due to the environmental factors. So the environmental factors plays a very important role in the stability of population. Population geometrical fashion ಅಲ್ಲಿ increase ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡನು, even though the population increases geometrically, but still there are many environmental factors that can control the population. For example, predators are there and diseases are there. Okay, you know that best example nowadays many people are dying due to coronavirus. So that is also one of the environmental factor which is controlling the human population. Okay, so this type of environmental factors regulate, control the populations, okay, of different species. So what I mean is, even though the population increases geometrically, but still the environment plays a very important role, and always environment control the population, and it will bring the population to the stable condition. The size of the population remains stable due to environmental factors like predators, okay, then diseases, even competition, then fighting for the space. So these will play a very important role. Okay, so thus these three are the observations made by the Darwin, that is the universal occurrence of variation, second one overproduction, third observation is stability of population. Okay, in the next video I am going to explain you in detail about the 4 conclusions of Darwin. Okay, thank you very much. If you understood anything from this concept, so like and subscribe the channel, and if you have any doubt, any queries, you can comment on it. Thank you very much.